customer. Oh, hi, Maggie.
Hi, Renee.
What's your poison?
I could use a bowl of pretzels and some conversation if you can spare it.
Sure. Nothing going on here. Are you looking for Matt?
No, I'm not. Actually, I'm trying to avoid him. I knew that you were working tonight, and he wouldn't be here, so.
I see. Well, then, why don't we go over and sit in our prime booth? 'Cause this sounds serious.
Yeah, it is, actually. Can I trust you to keep this confidential?
Oh, you nuns have nothing on us bartenders. What do you want to know about Matt? Has this something to do with what's going on with Carlo, or is it personal?
Let me know as soon as the exchange has been made. To Antonio.
Assuming he survives your loyalty test.
I have every confidence in Antonio. He'll receive the package and bring it straight to me, unopened.
Even though you told him it contains vital information. Information that could ruin you. The boy doesn't even like you, Carlo.
He respects me. That's enough for now.
Look, Chris, I'm proud of you. You know that, don't you? Is that why you're all dressed up like that? Remember gonna throw me a party or something? Antonio, what's going on? I mean, why are you hanging out down here dressed up like that? Look, we can talk all you want, right? But not right now, okay? Why not? What's the matter with you? You acting like you're waiting for somebody or something.
I thought I'd go somewhere where I couldn't possibly run into you. And here you are. Well, forgive the intrusion, Margaret. I won't bother you anymore.
No, Patrick, please don't go.
Fair warning, Margaret. I'm not in the best of moods tonight. So I may say some things that you don't want to hear.
Oh, we'd be even then. Because you're not the only one who's had a tough day. There's some things that I need to say, things you may not want to hear. Other things that need to be said.
Well, go ahead. But why you want to talk to me, I have no bloody idea. You told me just a little while ago you won't have nothing to do with me.
Oh, and I can see how hard it's been for you. You've had to drown your sorrows in the country club pool with Blair, and that's not when you're bouncing her baby on your knee.
I'm sorry, what is this? Is this jealousy? Is this what's this? What the bloody hell do you expect me to do? Become a monk?
I don't expect anything. Not from you, not from anyone.
You know what?
I'm sorry. I had no right to say what I said about Blair. It's just that, don't you think I know what I've done? We had a chance for happiness, and I ruined it. Ruined it. Just go ahead and tell me what a lying hypocrite I am, because I deserve it.
I hate to say it, but you're not the only one making mistakes here.
Oh.
And I'm doing pretty well destroying my own life. I don't need your help.
What do you mean? What mistakes have you made?
That place a little warm?
Enjoy. Hey, Hey.
Hey, wow. Hello there, stranger. Where have you been?
Well, in a tiny little hotel room with a view of another tiny little hotel room through a ventilation shaft. I've been on a stakeout.
Oh, yeah, I've seen that on TV. So did you make a caller?
Well, after about 12 dozen donuts and bad Chinese takeout and a ton of coffee, we caught the bad guys. But actually now I'm looking for a good guy. Could you recommend somebody tall, dark, and handsome?
Oh, well, if you're looking for Antonio, he's not here.
He isn't.
Yeah.
Well, we haven't had a chance to talk in a while, so I thought for sure he's here.
Well, you know, we've just been so busy around here. Oh, that's right. You haven't heard the good news. Christian was accepted to Landview University with a full scholarship.
Oh, that's wonderful. I didn't think that it was going to work out.
Yeah, all of us, we thought it was hopeless. But then Antonio's new boss put a good word in for him, and it was...
Wait. Antonio got a new job, and he didn't even tell me?
Look, why does someone have to be meeting me, huh?
I don't know, it's just the way you're acting,
Look,
man.
I just stepped outside to get some fresh air and to clear my head, that's all.
Dressed like that? It's funny, see, because when I want to clear my head, I don't look like I stepped out of a fashion magazine.
Yeah, well, that's the difference between you and me, isn't it?
Why are you giving me such a hard time, huh?
I've got some business to take care of. We'll talk about this later, okay?
Sure. You want the whole river to yourself? You know what, Antonio? You got it.
It's for your own good, Chris. You gotta stay clean. No matter how dirty I get.
You look like you could use a friend.
I got a friend.
Well, then, this is for you. Now, if you decide you don't want to do
I'll
it,
take care of it.
good. Because if this envelope fell into the wrong hands, I could sustain incalculable...
It won't.
Because I thought you and I agreed that the less that we know about what Max is up to, the better, and that in any case, I was not the one to tell you.
No, I understand that. I would never ask you to betray a secret.
I really appreciate
No,
that.
It's much more personal than that.
Personal.
Mm-hmm.
As in Max and Maggie?
As in Max and Max. The man is a total mystery to me, Renee. On the one hand, he's a good friend, he's a devoted father, he's an all-around really great guy. Then he goes and gets involved in this crazy caper that if Carlo gets wise to him, he's as good as dead.
Yes, well, that has crossed my mind, too, but I think Max is the one that you have to talk to
No,
about.
I've tried. He said he was doing it for the money. You know, he wants to give his kids a good future.
Well, we know that Max cares about his kids.
But then he said he wanted to kickstart his life, you know, add a little excitement to it.
I see. Well, that's our dear old Max. He's always been something of a risk-taker.
There's some risks that are worth taking. I mean, I know nuns who like to bungee jump and mountain climb, but what is it with a man who deliberately puts his head into the lion's mouth knowing, full well that he's going to be devoured? I mean, he's going to leave 3 children behind.
Maggie, look, I am as concerned about this as you are, but what can I do about it?
Just talk to him, please. He thinks I'm trying to control him, but he trusts you.
He trusts me to do as he says and ask no questions. And when I try to talk him out of it, he won't hear of it, and that goes double for Asa.
Well, fine, then there's only one thing to do. You know the plans better than I do. Just throw a monkey wrench into the mix. You know, something that will foil their plan but not tip off Carlo.
Sabotage? You want me to sabotage the whole
Renee,
thing?
if you mess things up for Max so much, he'll have to give this up. Maybe Asa will, too.
All right, no, look, sister, I'm real glad that you're so worried about us poor sweet sinners, but you can go too far.
Okay, that's it. I am way out of my depth. I'm going to run for cover. Don't break anything, y'all.
Look, Max, I was only saying that
Look, I got you memorized. What was you said? Oh, from now on, I'm going to stick to my own work, and you just do whatever you have to do. Pull off a miracle, you said. Well, I have miracles to bring about with my own students.
Don't quote me. That's not fair to quote me.
Why not? Because it was all a crock? Just a trick to set me up so you could sneak around behind my back and try to ruin my plans?
Well, he could have gotten a message to me.
Well, sweetheart, maybe he wanted to surprise you. Hey, I hope it didn't spoil the whole thing.
No problem.
You know, it's just that I know he's under a lot of pressure starting his new job. Christian, what is it? Something happened at the university?
What could happen? I went to the university, I dropped off the letter of acceptance, and I came back home. And that's when...
That's when what?
That's when I made the mistake of running into Antonio.
Is he okay?
I don't know, Andy, you tell me. I mean, one minute the guy says that I can count on him for anything, right? And then 1 minute, when I ask for 1 minute of his precious time, he blows me off. Mom, look, I don't know how to tell you this, all right? But your older son, he gets up.
You see, that's the pressure that I've been telling you about. He just has so much on his mind.
Nice try, Carl. I've seen Antonio under pressure, you know. He can't handle it. There's something else. Something else that you're not telling me. Come on. You're not the only one who loves him. Don't shut me out.
Come in. RJ, look who's here.
So I see.
How'd it go, Antonio? Any problems?
Piece of cake. I waited for your courier. He brought the envelope. It's all yours.
Hey, no. It's, sensitive material.
Extremely. Now, let me make you a drink, and we'll celebrate our new union.
No, thank you. Look, if we're done here, I've got some personal things to deal with.
Don't let me keep you, then. Antonia, I want you to know I'm very pleased that you're working for me. I believe I am old.
Don't gloat. You may have won the bet, but in the end, you may still turn out to be the loser.
I don't like riddles. Say what you mean.
It's open.
Dylan, you okay?
Yeah. Vicky, if you're looking for Marty, she's not here right now.
Nope, came to see you.
Well, actually, I'm a little bit tired. I think I'm gonna go to bed in just a second. I'm not much on company right now.
That's fine. I'm not going to stay long, and better yet, I'm not going to give you a lecture. I really just came by to leave this with you. It's a notebook computer that's been gathering dust in my office for a long time, and I thought you could get some better use out of it than I can. You know, you could go online on the internet, stuff like that.
Yeah, I'm not much into cyberspace.
Yeah, neither am I. But I thought it might be a good way for you to sort of connect with other people.
Vicky, thanks, but no thanks. I mean, no hard feelings.
No. You know, I've been there. I mean, different wheelchair, different room, but I know the darkness and I know the despair.
You have no idea what I'm feeling.
Well, I do. I was paralyzed. I was confined to a wheelchair the way you are.
Excuse me?
I had a stroke a couple of years ago. Nobody, especially not the doctors, had any idea as to whether or not I was going to recover. So I know what you're going through. I even know what's coming next.
You don't have to justify your life to me.
That's right, I don't. But I haven't behaved like a prince since you walked out of me that day in the classroom. You chose Dylan. And I've decided to just take it out on the world. Keep lashing out at people. Hurting people that don't deserve it. And I'm not proud of myself for that.
No. After everything you've been through, after what I've put you through, I'd say you're entitled to lash out.
And not at other people.
Then at me.
Look at this, huh? Ironic, isn't it? Love is supposed to ennoble you. And great sacrifices are supposed to make you some kind of a saint. Here we are, struggling like two wounded animals lost in the woods.
Wounds heal.
Yeah, so they say. Still waiting for that to happen. Do you ever wonder? Do you ever think about what would happen if you'd come here that night like you promised? Come up here to the mountaintop to talk to me. A lifetime ago.
Well, something is going on with Antonio. I don't know. No. No, that's not true. I don't want to know.
Is it about his new job?
Yeah.
What kind of work is it?
He doesn't say.
At least you know who he's working for.
No, not that either. Just some businessman is all he'll say.
Well, it could be anybody.
But then Christian gets a scholarship to Lambda University at the same time, and then Antonio says that this man that he's working for pulls some strings and put in a good word for him, whatever that means.
Well, you know, I'm sure we're going to get the whole story sooner or later.
Your back. I was trying to keep you from making a terrible mistake. A mistake that your children are going to have to live with long after Daddy's gone. But you know something? If you are so hell-bent on self-destruction,
Why do I have to throw myself when I got paid from St. Maggie to do it for me?
What did I ever do to you?
You bullied your way into my life when I was grieving for Luna. I didn't want to care about anyone anymore, but you made me care. And just when I thought we had something, you ran away and became a nun.
Don't throw that in my face,
I had to deal with that. It wasn't easy, but I got over you. Until you came back, and then it was all with Christian soldiers. Save poor Max from himself.
I was just trying to be a friend to you.
Yeah, on your own terms. You know, I tried to let you know what I was doing, and you backed off. You went up both ways, Maggie. You would be close enough to criticize me, but not close enough to care. Well, too bad. I knew what's going on in my life, and I know why. If you got your doubts, you take up with your divine husband and leave me alone.
I don't have any doubts. I dedicated my life to serving God in one of those services that keeps stupid jerks like you from killing yourself and leaving your children orphans.
Oh, nice talk, sister.
Oh, fine. You know something? I don't always talk like a nun. I don't always act like one, but my intentions are pure, Max.
Pure?
Yes. I would do it for a friend, or any stranger for that matter, any person that I felt deliberately putting himself in danger.
Forgive me, Your Holiness, but that is a low horse maneuver. Our relationship has never been pure. Our relationship has been complicated, convoluted, it's been downright contagious. But it has never been pure. I tried to convince myself that we could be friends, or maybe the best of enemies. You know, everybody in this town can see what's going on. Maybe it's time we faced it too. This has never been about salvation. This has always been about sex.
I've asked myself that same question about 1,000 times.
If you hadn't fallen...
But he did. And that's what it changed everything. I mean, and then I had to look at my life and my choices. And my mistakes.
Is that what I am to you? A mistake?
No, you're no mistake. It's just that it finally became clear to me that I was the one who could have made things happen differently. But I blew that chance a long time ago, because I didn't have the courage not to marry Dylan. I thought that he would make me feel secure and safe. I thought that's what I wanted. And I was so afraid of what I felt for you. So, here Dylan and I are married. And I don't know if I can live with what I've done. I don't know if I...
Look at me, please. You made a mistake. But there's no power in heaven or on earth that can make you live with it. Look in your heart and correct it while there's still time.
You make it sound so simple. But it isn't. It's a matter of life and death.
Are you saying Dylan will die without you?
It's not about me. It's about his will to survive, and the doctors have made it painfully clear that if I give up, so will he. How can I let that happen? See, I know that I made things really hard for you, but I also know that you're strong enough to go on. I don't think Dylan is. How can I leave him now? Even for the love of my life.
You're going to sit in the dark and hide behind your suffering, and you will be quite convinced that your pain is unique.
Well, it is. It is for me.
Yeah, I know it is. I kind of felt the same way. My burden, my pain, my wheelchair. But you know what I realized afterwards? That as long as I was confined to the wheelchair, the victim of a stroke, no one could reach me or touch me. I was perfectly safe.
Safe from what?
I guess from life. From feeling, needing, caring, wanting, you know, everything. It was perfect. You can sit there and you can hate the world, and the world cannot penetrate your shell.
But do you think I like being in this thing?
No, I don't think you do. But I think you prefer it to getting out, to getting on with your life, getting better.
Yeah. My life. Well, listen, you had treatment, Vicky. I mean...
You have treatment. God knows what the doctors could do for you. God knows what you could do for yourself. With Marty's help.
Well, she's not going to have a life either. Not unless I set her free.
Do you really think you can do that?
You're still not telling me. New job you didn't tell me about? Your new boss gives a nod and Christian gets a full scholarship to college? I mean, why is there a reason why I feel like you're not telling me so?
Oh, I thought you were taking care of some big business. And here you are, slumming in the hood.
Look, Chris, about what happened before,
Oh, no, that's not a problem. So you mean, you know, you're moving up in the world. I mean, why should you have time for me?
I was trying to tell you I was sorry for blowing you off before. I have time now. All the time you want.
Why does everything come down to sex with you? Huh? My devotion to the church, my friendship, my feelings about your kids, that's all not genuine. It's just a big cover for this deep, yearning need I have to do the wild thing with you, right?
Why don't you say it a little louder so this team might convince yourself?
No, I don't have to prove anything, Max. I knew what my motives were. I forced my way back into your life to keep you from killing yourself. I thought that's what friends do.
If you were just a friend, then you might have trusted me.
How can I trust you when you're acting so recklessly? So, how do I prove to you that my feelings for you are strictly platonic? Walk out of your life and let you kill yourself? Fine. Fine. If caring about you and your kids is a big tease, then you're absolutely right. We don't have a relationship. But that won't keep me from lighting a candle for you, you big jerk.
He's right, you know. You are a jerk.
What is this? Everybody around here in denial except for me?
Of course Maggie is drawn to you, but do you have to throw it in her face? Can't you see what a struggle it is for her to find a place for you in her heart as well as her commitment to
She's the one that chose to become a nun.
She also chose to be your friend, as did I, fool that I am. You and Asa may try to minimize going after Carlo, but please understand that fools like us love you, dumb jerks, enough to worry about you because we don't want to see you in your coffin.
Renee, this isn't going to last much longer. Remember how I got Carlo to believe that he was going to die?
As if I could forget.
Well, now it's time for phase 2. When I get him to believe, I can make him well.
Long, successful future.
Okay, don't take it so personal. I'm only saying that just because Antonio passed one test doesn't mean he won't fail you down the road. I mean, he was undercover for the cops, wasn't he? His girlfriend is a cop. I mean, what's so special about this guy that makes him worth all the risk?
He has talent.
Talent. Oh. It's got to be more than that. He reminds you of you, doesn't he? Fine. Fine, you go ahead. Promote your surrogate son. But all my other interests, except for what's involved in our partnership, will now remain strictly confidential.
Suit yourself. But Antonio may be in charge one day. He might not like the way you acted.
What are you, threatening me from the grave? I mean, where will you be when all this is happening?
I'm just saying the future is unknowable. But don't get your hopes up. I'm not planning on going anywhere.
Well, then we'd better make sure that Antonio's hiring works out for both of us.
Don't let the suit fool you. Okay, I'm still your brother.
You didn't act like it's not at the docks, man.
Yeah, well, you caught me at a bad time, all right? It won't happen again. So, you wanted to ask me something?
It was no big deal. I just wanted to ask you about school, that's all.
You want to ask me advice about college?
You know, Antonio, you're a lot smarter than you let on. Besides, you know the real world.
Yeah, I guess I do.
Anyway, look, I was just thinking, maybe I should take some business classes, you know? Along with my art classes. So I can help Mama here. You know, so then... But it looks to me like you got the business world pretty covered with me.
No, look. I got the suit. You got the heart and soul. Take the courses. Because Mommy's going to rely on you now more than ever.
Why not the both of us? Yo, Antonio, you're really bugging out tonight, man. What's going on?
You know, Vicky, You're absolutely right. I am being selfish. I don't think that I could set Marty free.
Why is that selfish? You love her. She loves you.
Because she's my lifeline. She's the only woman I have.
Did you ever tell her that? Why not?
Because sometimes I think it would be better if I did let her go.
I don't think you mean that.
Yes, I do. I mean, look at me. I'm broken. My life's broken right now. I mean, I don't want to... I don't want to keep her from her life.
Why do you think you'd be keeping her from her life?
Because...
Did you ever consider that maybe you would be giving her life some meaning?
Yeah, that's giving her a lot of meaning. Changing my catheter twice a day.
Oh, come on, Dylan. She's going to be a doctor. She doesn't care about that. Do you know what's important to Marty? Really important? She wants to feel needed. Why don't you let her know that you need her? Why don't you let her help you? When two people really love each other, that is a very great gift they can give to each other. Might even be the greatest gift of all.
For a time, I thought I'd die without you. Now that looks like the easy way out. Unfortunately, I'm doomed to live.
I wish more than anything I could change the way things are right now. That I'd followed my heart to where I know I'm meant to be. But instead, I'm trapped in this terrible situation, and I just can't quite seem to fix it.
And your feelings.
It's nothing compared to what Dylan is feeling. Do you remember? Remember when you helped me on Inishkreg? I was afraid to go in and rescue the people when the ferry went down.
You just need a little encouragement.
Yeah. You gave me the courage I needed to face my fears. And now it's my turn to do the same for the man I married. Even if it was a mistake. He needs me. Sorry.
You know, what is it with everybody? A guy gets a new job, new suit to go with it, and everybody thinks he's weird. I'm busy is what I am. And I need you to step up and take charge.
Come on, Antonio, but you're still young, right?
The jungle's big enough for two lions. You with me? Always. Good. Go help Mommy because she's got her hands full.
All right.
Nifty footwork. Still didn't answer his question or mine.
Look, Andy, I really want to talk about this. But not here. Look, I swore I'd be open and honest, and I meant it. So why don't we go home and I'll answer any questions you've got.
Okay. But since we're being honest, I gotta tell you, I'm just not so sure that I want to hear the truth. I came here as fast as I could. Something wrong?
No, everything's all right. Just needed to talk to you.
Oh, what's up? Where'd you get that?
Vicky brought it up. She thought that I would enjoy getting online and connecting with some other people besides myself.
Uh-huh. Vicky has a way of making you do things you don't always want to do, and she's usually right.
Yeah. She told me to stop pushing you away. And she told me to accept your love as a gift. And in return to tell you that your love is the reason that I'm living.
Dylan.
But, you know, that's just one woman's opinion.
Right. Well, I don't know about you, but I'm starved.
Well, aren't you?
Yeah.
But if you're gonna go get something not from the country club downstairs, kind of tired of that food. How about, fries from Rhodey's?
Oh, cool. Grease sounds good to me, too.
Yeah.
We're gonna be okay.
Yeah, we're gonna be okay.
I've been trying to get out of here all night, okay?
You're not going anywhere, not until the tow truck arrives. Sit down. Why don't you keep me company? Have dinner. It's on me. Anything you want.
I'll have some meat,
Some meat.
like steak and chicken.
What, the steak and chicken?
Yeah.
What
You know you're like lost luggage, you just keep turning up.
My friend and I would like some privacy and some service, please.
You want it? You got it.
Charming, isn't it?
Do you want pretzel instead of chicken? What was this all about?
Some people just refuse to accept reality.
Yeah. I need to ask you something. I just came back from Montano Mountain.
Oh, I bet it's beautiful up there this time of night.
Yeah, that's what Margaret said to me. I call it what you will. Coincidence, fate, kismet. But it really was farewell.
Oh, Patrick.
No, you don't have to say it. It's fine. I understand what you told me. I understand all this up here. But here, I wish I had your faith in miracles, Maggie. Because maybe then, the Margaret that I used to know, would walk right through that door and change my life again.